Okay, so welcome to a building class. This class is going to be completely on the floor, and we're going to really work to try to deepen our range of motion, especially through the hips. We'll also work a little bit through the thoracic spine and the shoulders, but we're really primarily focusing on the hips, and we'll include some core integration in the mix too. So I have two yoga blocks here, two therapy balls, and a yoga strap. What's really important is that if you can't touch your toes in a seated position like this, I'd like you to grab a yoga strap or a large towel. You don't necessarily need yoga blocks or balls, but if you have them, it's just going to make the exercises a little more effective. Okay, so once you have everything, we're going to start on the ground, on our backs with diaphragmatic breathing. So go ahead, bend your knees, have your feet flat on the floor. What I'd like you to do is bring your hands to your belly and take a deep breath into your belly. Just try to fill it up with as much air as possible. And then on the exhale, just sigh out the breath. So take a deep breath in. And then exhale, sigh out, just let it go. We'll do that a couple more times. So big breath in. And then sigh out. Good. One more time. Huge breath in. And then just let a big sigh go. Great. So now on the exhale, I want you to try to make a consistent airflow out like you're exhaling through a straw. So again, we're going to breathe into the belly. Then smooth breath out, consistent airflow like you're exhaling through a straw. Excellent. So we're going to continue that smooth breath out, and we're going to do what we did in the restoration class. We're going to try to teach these lower ribs how to collapse in. We're trying to eradicate rib cage flare. So breathe into your belly first, then place your hands on your lower ribs. Exhale and coach those lower ribs to collapse in as you're exhaling out all that breath. Good. Let's try that again. So breathe into your belly. Hands on your lower ribs. Exhale and try to coach those ribs to collapse in towards your spine as you're sending all that air out. Good. Let's do that two more times. So big breath into your belly. Then exhale, try to get all the breath out. Coach those lower ribs, collapse in towards your spine. Excellent. And then one more time. Big breath into your belly. Nice long breath out. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Excellent. Okay, so that was to activate your inner core muscles. So now we're going to continue that breathing, and we're going to start to activate our outer core muscles with different positions. So what I'd like you to do is tuck your chin in towards your Adam's apple, and then peel your head up and try to look into your belly button. I want you to feel that you're also trying to collapse those lower ribs in towards your spine here so that we're curling our spine. And then with your arms, I want you to reach up towards the ceiling. Good. We're going to hold this position and do the same breathing. So try to breathe into your belly first. Then exhale, try to feel these lower ribs are collapsing in as you're exhaling. Good. Again, breathe into your belly. Then exhale. Good. One more time here. Big breath into your belly. Exhale, feel those lower ribs squeezing down towards your spine. Excellent. And then come back down to the floor. So now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to lift the hips up. We're going to try to get more of an extension through the hips and into our thoracic spine. So tuck the heels up towards your hips, hands by your side. Lift your hips up nice and high. Good. Now I want you to imagine you have a belt on. Turn that belt buckle up towards your chin. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and try to push your heart up in towards your chin here. So belt buckle points towards your chin, and you're pushing your heart towards your chin. This is going to help create extension in the thoracic spine as opposed to the lumbar spine. Good. And then we're just going to breathe into the belly here. So big breath into your belly. And then exhale, just try to get all the breath out as you hold this position. If you feel those glutes, those hamstrings, and those back muscles engaging, that's exactly what we want. So again, big breath into your belly. Nice long breath out. Good, let's do that one more time. Big breath into your belly, and then a nice long breath out. And then come on down to the floor. Great. So we're going to continue with this theme of activating your outer core muscles while doing our diaphragmatic breathing. And we're going to give you options for progression. So let's go back. Let's curl our spine. Look into your belly button. Think about those lower ribs collapsing in, and then arms up towards the ceiling. Option to lift your knees up over your hip sockets so you start to feel those lower abdominals, especially if you point the belt buckle up towards your chin or pull the belt buckle up towards your heart. We want to really think that we're making a C shape here of your spine. Then once you're in position, try to breathe into your belly. And then exhale, try to get all the breath out. And maybe try to curl your spine a little bit more. Try to bring your heart and your belt buckle closer together. Again, big breath in, big breath out. Belt buckle towards your heart, heart towards your belt buckle. One more time, big breath in, and big breath out. And relax. Excellent. So now with the bridge, we have an option here too to lengthen the hamstring. So bend your knees 90 degrees and place your feet on the floor. And then again, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your hips up, and point your belt buckle towards your chin as you try to press your heart into, up towards your chin too. So pressing your heart towards your chin is going to help thoracic spine extension. Belt buckle towards your chin minimizes lumbar spine extension. Good. And now here, let's just breathe again. So breathe into your belly. And then nice big breath out. Good. Can you lift the hips up a little bit more without losing the belt buckle pointing towards your chin? So big breath in towards your belly. Exhale, trying to lift the hips up a little bit more. Good. One more time. Big breath into your belly. Nice long breath out. Try to lift the hips up higher, but keep that belt buckle pointing toward your chin. Excellent. And then come on down. Good. Hopefully that really makes you feel like those glutes activate a lot more when you're trying to lift the hips up. Okay. So let's go for another round, and we'll give another round of progressions, right? So let's curl our spine, look into your belly button, arms up towards the ceiling. We could bring the knees back up over hip sockets and point that belt buckle up towards the heart. We have an option to straighten the legs now, right? And this is going to make us work through all the tension on the posterior chain here. So if you're straightening your legs with your hands, literally try to touch your toes, okay? Now, take a deep breath in, into your belly, and then exhale out. Good. Can you get your fingers a little closer towards your toes? Again, breathing in, exhaling out. Good. One more time. Big breath in, big breath out. Excellent. And come on down to the floor. Good job. Okay, so then with the bridge, we have the option to do the same thing. We have the option to make the legs nice and straight, lengthens the hamstrings, and then we'll do our best that we can to lift the hips up, right? Turn the belt buckle towards the chin and try to press the heart up in towards your chin. So here we go, hips up off the ground, doing the best that we can with this. And then breathe into your belly. Nice long breath out. Try to lift the hips up even more. Good. Check it with that belt buckle. Make sure it points towards your chin, right? So big breath into your belly. Nice long breath out. Good. One more time. Big breath into your belly. Nice long breath out. And relax. Excellent job. Okay, so let's now come up to a seated position. And this is where we may need a yoga strap or a large towel. So if you can't touch your toes, you want to grab that yoga strap. You want to wrap around just like so. And then we want to walk forward. We're going to create a forward fold here. So we're basically creating the same position we just did. We're tucking the chin, trying to bring the heart towards your belt buckle, looking into your belly button. And we're going to be in this position here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do some isometric contractions. We're doing a stretching technique. It's called P and F, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. We're going to activate the muscles we're trying to stretch. So we're trying to stretch your posterior chain here. So calves, hamstrings, glutes, spinal erector muscles, we're trying to stretch those muscles. So we're going to try to activate them. And the way we're going to activate them is that we're literally going to try to pull the heart away from your toes, all right? And that's going to activate those muscles. But since we have the strap here and we're in this position, we're going to try to move, but there is no movement. So isometric contraction, right? And we're going to do that 3 times. If you can hold on to your toes, then just go ahead and hold on to your toes. So use the strap, use your, or just hold on to your toes, and let's get into position. So we're going to tuck the chin, look into your belly button, try to pull your heart closer towards your belly button. Good. Now hold on tight to either your feet or the strap. And now with 30% of your strength, just try to separate heart from toes. So literally try to move your heart away from your toes, and you'll start to feel all those back muscles in your hamstrings turning on. So we're going to do this for 5, 4, trying to move the heart away from the toes. 3, 2. Now freeze. Let that contraction go. Use your abdominal muscles to try to pull yourself deeper down into that forward fold. So try to bring your heart closer towards your belt buckle. Try to bring your forehead closer towards your knees. Walk your hands up the strap towards your feet a little bit more, or walk your hands down the backside of your feet if you're holding onto your feet. We're trying to create a deeper position here with that forward fold before we go into our second round of isometric contractions. So here we go again. Isometric contraction. So hold on really tight. Option to increase your strength. So maybe go 50% of your strength here. So hold on really tight, and I'll try to separate heart from toes, toes from heart. And we'll do this for a slow 5, 4, 3, 2. Now freeze. Let that contraction go. And now use your abdominals and try to pull your heart closer towards your belt buckle. Try to bring your forehead closer towards your knees. Walk your hands up the strap a little bit further, or walk your hands down the back of your feet a little bit more. Good. This is your new position. Take a deep breath in and out. And then we'll set ourselves up for our third and final isometric contraction. So hold on really tight. And I invite you to go a little bit stronger. Maybe go 70% of your strength here. So hold on tight, and now let's separate heart from toes, toes from heart. 70% of your strength for 5, 4, 3, 2. Freeze here. Let that contraction go. Now use your abdominals. Try to pull yourself deeper into that forward fold. So try to bring your heart closer towards your belt buckle. Try to bring your forehead closer towards your knees. Walk your hands up the strap a little bit more, or down the backs of your feet a little bit more. Stay here now. 3 big diaphragmatic breaths. So breathe into your belly, then exhale it all out. Hopefully when you're exhaling that you're able to melt a little bit more into that forward fold. Again, big breath into your belly. Nice long breath out. One more time. Big breath into your belly. Nice long breath out. Keep your chin tucked too if you can. Excellent. And then slowly let go of your feet. And then we'll roll up our spine 1 vertebrae at a time. Okay. So after all that isometric stretching, hopefully you felt like you got a little deeper into that forward fold. We've created a little bit more space. So now let's do some active reps, right? We're just going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to use our abdominal muscles to fold forward. And then on the bottom here, just reach your hands away from your hips. That reach towards the horizon is what's going to bring us back up to sitting. Good, let's try that again. Slowly exhale and fold forward. Then reach the hands away from the hips. That helps us to come back up. Good, one more time. Exhale, fold forward. And then reach, 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 and float all the way back up. Excellent, good. Okay, so let's take that yoga strap. Let's just move it out of the way. So hopefully you feel like you've created a lot more space. We're gonna come back to those forward folds in a little bit. Right now, let's do a little bit something for the ankle. So I want you to hold your shin here. And then with your toes, just try to draw a nice big circle. Good. And I want you to watch your foot and try to make your foot move very smoothly. Good. Once you feel like you're moving your foot smoothly, then just try to make that circle a little bit bigger. But what's really important is just try to go slow and smooth as you're making that circle. That's going to be very helpful for your ankle. It's going to help the motor behavior of your ankle grow stronger. Okay, now let's change direction and let's go the other way. Again, watch your foot and just try to make it move nice and smooth. Right? If it's not moving that smooth today, that's okay. Just try to do more repetitions throughout the week. Maybe try 30 repetitions of this every day and see how that helps to affect how your ankle moves. Excellent. Let's try the other side now. So same thing, you're going to hold your shin and just try to draw a nice smooth circle with your ankle. So really just watch your foot and just try to be nice and intentional with making it smooth. Once you feel that the circle is smooth, then you can try to go a little bit bigger. Okay, let's change direction. Let's go the other way. Good. One of the reasons we really want smooth movement at the ankle is that the ankle joint is really the bottom joint that leads to our stability. So if we're smooth at our ankle, then we're going to have more stability in our body and better balance all the way through the rest of your body. Okay, good. So then we're going to go from the ankle to the knee here. And what I'd like you to do is have your heel on the ground and take your hands to your kneecap like so. We're literally trying to twist your shin here. So your foot's going to go in and out, but I want you to look here at your shin bone and see and try to watch that turn in and out. What we want the front of your shin bone to face in 45 degrees and face out 45 degrees. Now, if you're not quite at 45 degrees in any direction, just practice that direction a little bit more throughout the week. Excellent, good. So now let's add flexion and extension to your knee. So we're gonna rotate the shin in, and then I'm just gonna turn this way so you can see better. And then we're gonna extend the knee. Now, as I bend the knee, I'm gonna try to rotate the shin out. And then I'll reset, rotate the shin in as I extend, and then rotate the shin out as I bend. Go one more time here. So rotate in and extend, and then rotate out and bend. Good, now let's reverse. So shins rotated out. Go ahead, extend, and then rotate in and bend. Good, let's try that again. Rotate the shin out and extend. Rotate the shin in and bend. One more here. Rotate out and extend. Rotate in and bend. Great. So then we'll do the same thing with this knee. So heels on the ground first, hands around the kneecap, and then you're just trying to twist your shin in and out. Good. Again, we're looking for 45 degrees in, 45 degrees out. That's optimal. And if we're not there, you should just try to practice more throughout the week. Good, so then let's add the extension and the flexion here. So we're gonna rotate the shin in, we're gonna extend, and then we're gonna rotate the shin out as we bend. Again, reset, rotate in and extend, and then rotate out as you bend. Good. One more time. Rotate in, and then extend, rotate out as you bend. Good. So now let's reverse it. So shins rotated out, and we extend, and then rotate in as we bend. Good. Again, rotate out, and extend, rotate in, and bend. The last one, rotate out, and extend, rotate in, and bend. Great. Okay, so after that, we've done ankles, knees, now we're gonna get into the hips. So what I'd like you to do is that you can either have your hands behind you like this is called posting up, and this will help keep your rib cage still, or you can hug one knee in, and this is gonna keep your torso still. It's up to you which position you wanna be in, and what we're gonna do is just gonna hug, and then I'll demonstrate in this angle. We're gonna block our torso from moving, and then we're just gonna lift the leg up and lower it down with control. So it's slow, it's smooth, up and down. Your body will wanna do this fast because it makes it easier. We wanna go slow because we wanna get strong through the hip flexor in areas that it probably is not strong. Good. So nice and slow, just try to lift up as high as you can. And down. Good. One more time here. And let's lift up and let's hold it here. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Excellent. And then switch sides, same thing. So you want to either hug or post up. You want to make sure that your torso stays still. And then we'll lift. Good. Nice and slowly, trying to lift up as high as you can. And back down. Excellent. 3 more times. Good. Try to keep that knee nice and straight. Good. Now let's go ahead, let's lift up and let's hold here. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Excellent. So now we're going to switch, all right, and we're going to do the same exercise, and we're just going to add a twist, literally. So we're just going to lift this leg up, and then we're going to twist the leg, right? And the twist is going to come from your hip socket. So post up or hug your leg, lift your leg, and then start to twist the best that you can. So kneecap trying to point out and then point in. Twisting your leg as you're holding it up. Good. Can you lift the leg up a little bit more? Good. Let's twist for another 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last one here and down. Excellent. It's a lot harder than it looks. Okay, so let's switch sides. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so we're gonna keep our torso still. We're gonna lift that leg up, and then we're gonna twist, kneecap in, kneecap out, doing the best that we can. This we also want to twist in 45 degrees and twist out 45 degrees. If we're not there yet, twisting your hip more throughout the week is certainly recommended. Good. Let's lift that leg up a little bit more. Let's go for another 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last one here and down. Excellent job. Beautiful. So at the top of class, I mentioned I have 2 yoga blocks here, which is going to just make this next exercise a little easier. If you don't have 2, that's okay. 1 yoga block works. If you don't have a yoga block, any sort of object like a pillow will work. We're going to do some hovers here. So we're going to train the hip flexor how to move this leg in an arc up and out to the side. So again, I'm going to hug this leg here. You can also post up with your arms. It's up to you. We just want to make sure the torso is still. And then I'm just going to lift the leg up and over the yoga blocks, hovering over the yoga block. Then I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to either make it taller or I'm going to slide it closer towards the hip. And that makes me lift the leg higher and wider. We're going to do 5 reps here. And we're basically just trying to see what the hip can do in terms of hip flexion and abduction and doing it with control. So don't go fast, go slow. It's going to be harder to go slow, but that's where we're going to get strong. We're just doing 5 reps. So we're just trying to develop strength here in your hip flexors. Good. One more. Let's try to make it our best one. Perfect. And then I'm going to leave this one here because I have 2 yoga blocks. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay. So we're just going to hover over. And then we're going to challenge ourselves by moving that object closer to your hip or making it taller, or both. Just 5 reps, so make sure you go slow. Don't go too fast. The slower you go, the stronger you'll be, and also the more control you'll have, which is always a good thing for the hips. Will help to protect our back. Okay, last one here. Try to make your best one. And as you can see, by having 2 objects to hover over, you have an idea of how one hip does in relation to the other hip. Excellent. Good. So we're going to then put those off to the side. We're going to go back to our forwards folds, but we're going to do it in a straddle position. So we just warmed up those hip muscles to bring the legs nice and wide. So let's go ahead, let's slide the legs out. And this is called the straddle position or middle splits. And what we're going to do is just going to reach our arms up like we're doing that forward fold. We're going to turn our belly button towards one leg. Exhale, fold over that leg. And then reach the hands away from the hips to come back up. And then let's turn towards the other leg, same thing. Exhale, fold. And then reach away to float back up to sitting. Good, let's go ahead and try it again. Exhale, folding. And then reach away and up. You should feel those hip flexors and your abdominal muscles all working together to pull you down into this position. And that's really what we're doing. We're trying to make those muscles work more so that they get stronger, so that this position becomes more accessible to our bodies more often. So if you don't feel like you're getting that far right now, that's okay. Just know that what you're doing in this exercise right now is going to increase your range of motion. So you're building more space. Good. 2 more times each side. Big exhale as you're folding. Use those abdominal muscles. Then reach away to come back up. Again, exhale, fold. Reach away to come back up. 1 more each side. And then the other side. Excellent. Good. So from here, what we're going to do is we'll make our way down to our stomachs, and we're going to explore a little bit for the shoulders, right? And also the thoracic spine, and then we're going to get back to the hips. So if you have therapy balls, I recommend using the therapy balls, especially if you have 2. And let's come on down to the floor. We're going to lay on our stomachs with the arms by our side. So the first thing that we're going to do is, if you want to watch me, I'll demonstrate. We're just going to lift the arms up. I'm going to squeeze the balls as I twist the arms, just like we're twisting the leg in this position. And then we're slowly going to move the arms to a different position. And we're going to make an arc as we twist in all of these different positions. So let's go ahead, let's do that together. Start with your hands right by your side. All right, I like to have your tip of the nose touching the floor. So when you lift your arms, you're just lifting your arms and you're not lifting your rib cage or your head. Okay, so the tip of your nose touches the floor. Lift your arms up as high as you can. Squeeze the therapy balls if you have them.
And now twist your arms in one direction, and then twist your arms in the other direction. Good, let's try that again. So twist, 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 twist as far as you can, and then twist the other way. As you're twisting, try to lift those hands up even higher, but keep your nose on the ground. Good, one more twist in each direction here. Twist, 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 and the other way. Good, then just slide your hands out 45 degrees onto a diagonal. Lift your arms up even more. And let's twist again. This time, 3 twists here. So twist, and then twist the other way. And then twist number 2, twist, 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 twist in the other way. One more time each side. Twist, 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 and then twist the other way. Good. And then bring your arms out to the side 90 degrees like airplane wings. Again, keep your nose on the floor, and then lift the arms up and twist as far as you can in one direction. And twist as far as you can in the other direction. Good. Again, twist, 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 and then the other way. Good. And last time here, twist, 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 and the other way. Good. So then we'll slide the arms forward so that we're on another diagonal, like we're making the letter Y. Again, lift the arms the best that you can, and then twist in one direction, and then twist in the other direction. Good. Twist, 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 and then the other way. One more time here. Twist, 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 and the other way. Good. Now, if you can, reach your arms up overhead like you're Superman flying, and we'll try to do our twist here. Alternatively, you can always come back to any one of the other positions and just do more twists there. These are our last 3 twists, so go ahead and lift the arms up, and twist, 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 and then twist the other way. Again, twist, 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 and then twist the other way. Last time, twist, 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 and twist the other way, and down. Excellent, good. Now we can put those balls down. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring our arms back through that position of the arc. But as we do it, and if you like to watch me, I'll demonstrate, we're going to lift the chest up each time. And then we're going to change positions. And we're just going to lift the arms and lift the chest each time. So let's do this together. Let's have your arms right by your side. Lift your arms up off the ground. And then just try to peel your chest off the floor. And then come back down. Good. Let's try that again. Same position. So lift the arms and then try to peel the chest up and then come back down. And now option to move the arms out on a diagonal. We'll lift the arms here and then we'll peel the chest up. And good. Let's do this position one more time. So lift the arms, peel the chest up and down. And then let's bring the arms out to the side, airplane wings. We'll lift the arms. And then we'll try to peel the chest up here. And back down. Here, let's try that again. Lift the arms, try to peel the chest up. Good. Okay, so then let's try to find that letter Y. So arms are up on a diagonal. We'll try to lift those arms up. And then we'll try to peel the chest up. And down. Good. One more time in this position. Doing our best that we can to lift and lower. And then our final position, arms up overhead like Superman flying. Try to lift the arms up, try to peel the chest up. You can always put your arms in a different position and just still try to peel your chest up. Excellent.
Good. So hopefully you felt your upper back muscles working on that exercise. So now we're going to combine those 2 exercises into another exercise called swimmers. So I'm going to use therapy balls here. And I'll demonstrate real fast what it looks like. So it's going to be lifting the arms and lifting the chest. And then I'm just reaching forward like I'm about to dive into a swimming pool, trying to get my hands to touch. And then it's like I'm doing the breaststroke, bringing my hands back towards my pockets and down. Okay, so we're going to do 5 of those. And what we want to do as we do this is try to lift the arms and the chest up as high as you can on each rep. So let's do this together. Arms are by our side. Lift your arms up first, lift your chest second, and then slowly reach forward like you're diving into a swimming pool. Try to touch your hands, and then swim your hands back towards your pocket and lower down. Good. So 4 more times. So lift the hand, lift the chest, reaching forward like you're diving into a pool, and then try to swim through that imaginary water and bring your hands back towards your pockets and down.
Good, 3 more times. So now let's focus on height. So lift those arms up really, really high. Lift your chest up really, really high. Now keep those arms up, keep the chest up as you're reaching forward. Try to touch, and then stay high as you bring your hands back towards your pockets and down. Good, 2 more times. Let's just see if we can max that height again. So arms up, then chest up, reaching forward the best that we can, and then pulling back and back down. Good. Last one, let's make it our best one. So arms up, super high, lift our chest super high. Keep lifting, lifting, lifting as we're reaching, reaching, reaching. Try to touch the hands, and then keep lifting as we're swimming through the water all the way down. And relax. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to give our upper body a rest. We're going to go back to focusing on the hips. We're going to slide one leg out to the side. So 90 degrees in your hips, 90 degrees in your knees. And you can make a pillow for your head and place your forehead on your hands. In this position, which is we call half frog, we're going to do some isometric contractions here, similar to what we did for our back muscles. We're going to activate our groin muscles and our lateral hip muscles. We're trying to make our lateral hip muscles stronger. We're trying to stretch out our groin muscles. So if you had difficulty in straddle position, this exercise is going to help you develop a better straddle or a wider straddle. Okay, so we're going to press the knee down into the floor. That's going to activate the groin muscles. Then we're going to try to lift the knee up off the ground. That's going to activate our lateral hip muscles. Okay, it's going to be very hard, and don't be surprised if your knee does not come off the ground. That's okay. As long as you feel these hip muscles active, you're doing the exercise. So go ahead, position your forehead on your hands. Okay, and then just go ahead, start pressing your knee down into the floor, about 30% of your strength. Feel those groin muscles turn on, and we'll press down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's do the opposite. Try to lift the knee up off the ground. You should feel those hip muscles turn on. Now don't roll your pelvis in compensation. You just want to try to feel those lateral hip muscles engage, and that's it. And now relax. Good. We're going to do that 2 more times. I invite you to go stronger this time. So let's go 50% of our strength. So press the knee down into the ground. Feel those groin muscles turn on. We'll press down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that contraction go. And now do the opposite. Try to lift the knee up off the ground. It's okay if the knee doesn't come off the ground. You're just trying. Just feel those lateral hip muscles engage, and that's all we want to do. And then relax here. Here, let's do it 1 more time. And maybe go even stronger, maybe 70% of your strength. So again, press your knee down into the ground. Feel those groin muscles turn on. We're pressing down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that contraction go. Now try to lift the knee up. Feel those lateral hip muscles engage. Lifting for 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Excellent job. Big breath in, big breath out. Just relax. Good. And then we're going to switch sides, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So just slide your knee out to the side. You're trying to get your hip bent 90 degrees and your knees bent 90 degrees. Reach your knee away from your hip like you're trying to touch the sidewall. And now just take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and let your hips melt to the floor. Good. Now we'll start our isometric contraction. So first round, just go nice and light, so 30% of your strength. Start pressing your knee down into the floor for 5, 4, 3. You should feel those groin muscles turn on. 2, 1. Let that contraction go. And now we're going to try to lift that knee up off the ground. Feel those lateral hip muscles engage. So just try to lift the knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Big breath in and out. On our second round, I invite you to go stronger. Go 50% of your strength. So here we go. Press your knee down into the ground. Activate those groin muscles. So pressing down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let that contraction go. And then the opposite, try to lift that knee up off the ground. Just do the best that you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Excellent. Again, take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And we'll try it one more time. This time I invite you to go even stronger, maybe 70% of your strength. So here we go. Press that knee into the floor, activate your groin muscles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. And then reverse. Try to lift the knee up so you're activating those lateral hip muscles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Take a deep breath in and out here. Just let all that tension dissipate. And then we're slowly going to roll over onto our side. So the hip you were just working on, make that the bottom hip. And if you have therapy balls, take a therapy ball and place it behind your knee. We're going to make a pillow for our head, and then we're going to do some hip circles here. So I want you to hold on to your hip, and then you're just going to bring your knee up toward your chest, then lift up toward the ceiling. Then reach your heel back as far as you can, and then lower down and bring your knees together again. Good, let's try that again. So up towards your chest, up towards the ceiling, then reach back with that heel as far as you can, and then slowly lower down. Good. With your top hand, try to hold on to your pelvis so your pelvis doesn't move. Good. After all the work we just did with the hip, we're now just seeing what the hip can do in terms of range of motion. And we want to be nice and smooth through this, so that helps with our motor control at the hip. So don't rush, try to go nice and smooth. By going nice and smooth, what we are doing is that we're teaching the hip how to use all the muscles we've just activated in that half frog exercise. And that will lead to a bigger range of motion over time. Last circle in this direction. Good. And then let's change direction. Let's go the other way. So now we're going to reach back and lift up, right towards your chest and down. Good. Let's try that again. Reaching back, 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 then up, 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 right towards your heart and down. Good. And again, back, 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 and then up, 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 keeping it smooth and down. Okay, we have 2 more. I want you to really make sure your pelvis doesn't move here. So that top hand, really hold that pelvis firm. So you're making your hip actually, you're isolating movement at the hip socket as opposed to the spine. Because if the hip starts to roll, that just is your spine compensating for what your hip socket doesn't want to do today. Okay, let's switch sides and we'll do 5 on the other hip. So again, we'll be in that sideline position. If you have a ball, go ahead and place it behind your knee. That just helps to keep the knee joint still. And then we'll make a pillow for the head, hold on to your hip, and then bring the knee up towards the chest, up towards the ceiling, and then reach that heel for the wall behind you, and then lower down. Good. Just mapping out the circle right now. Perfect. Now let's try to make sure that we are holding that pelvis as we are just trying to go through that circle. Good. 2 more times. Let's really make sure that we are focusing on being smooth now. So you're holding your pelvis, and now we're just going to try to be smooth. Good. Last one, maybe ask for a little bit more range of motion, but keep the smoothness. Excellent. Good. Let's change direction. Let's go the other way. Right. It's going to be different motor behavior because you're changing direction. So we just got to figure out what we're doing first, and then we'll start to improve our form. Good. We want to make sure that we're holding that pelvis still. Right. It will want to roll. Don't let it roll. Keep it nice and still. Good. And then let's make sure that we're smooth now. So pelvis is isolated, and then we're nice and smooth through our circle.
And on this last one, we could ask for a little bit more, right? But keep it smooth as you're asking for. Excellent. Okay, perfect. From here, we're going to make our way up to our quadruped position. If you have a yoga block, go ahead and grab it. You don't need a yoga block for this, but it helps to do this exercise with the yoga block. So in quadruped, so hands and knees, I'm going to align my shoulders right over my wrist, and one hand's on the yoga block, one hand's not on the yoga block. I'm going to press this hand down into the yoga block like I'm trying to squish the yoga block so much that I'm going to lift the other hand up off the ground. Now, what's really important is that you want to keep your elbows nice and straight here. We're working on shoulder girdle protraction here by trying to squish that yoga block. And this is going to lead to more shoulder stability as well as more shoulder mobility. Okay, one more time here. Just try to crush that yoga block to lift the other hand up off the ground. And then we'll switch and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So pressing down to lift the hand up. Again, crush that yoga block. And if you don't have the yoga block, you're just pressing into the floor, same thing. The yoga block just helps to really outline what we're doing. Makes it more obvious. Good, 2 more times. Crush, 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 press, press, press. So lift, lift, lift. Last one. Excellent, good. So then we're then going to start to do a thread the needle. So I'd like you to take your knees nice and wide here, okay? And then in this position, right, I'm going to be training this arm as I'm reaching with my other arm. So I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to reach underneath my armpit. This is called thread the needle. I'm going to reach as far as I can under, and then I'll pull it out and reach up. Good. Now, what's important is that you want to keep this bottom elbow still the entire time. So reach under, 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 and then reach up and back. Good. Again, reach under, 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 and then reach up and back. Good. Now let's try that with the other hand. Okay, same thing. So this elbow stays nice and straight the entire time. I'm going to reach under as far as I can. And then I'm pressing into the ground to help this other hand reach up and back. So pressing under, and then reaching up and back. Sorry, I meant to say pressing into the floor as I reach under, and then up and back. Excellent, good. So we're gonna do that thread the needle again, but we're gonna do it in a kickstand position. So let's come to quadruped. We're gonna bring your knees together. I'd like you to slide your leg out to the side to a kickstand position. So your knees straight, the foot straight out to the side, 90 degrees. And then once we're here, we're just gonna rock the hips back. And then we're gonna rock the hips forward nice and slowly. And you may have to walk your hands forward. Good, again, let's rock the hips back. And then rock the hips forward. Good. One more time, you're just going as far as you can, rocking back. And you're just going as far as you can, rocking forward. Don't force anything. Just see what your body can do today. Good. And then let's come back to that starting position. And then we'll return to thread the needle. So we're going to reach under, 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 and then up and back. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Reaching under. Keeping that bottom elbow nice and straight, reaching up and back. Good. One more time. Reach under, and then up and back. Good. And then switching hands. Okay. Keeping that bottom elbow straight, reaching under, and then up and back. Again, reach under, and then up and back. One more, under, and up and back. Good. So then let's switch sides, and we'll do the same thing on the other side, okay? So we're going to be in that quadruped position first, and then we'll just slide our leg out to the side. We'll make a kickstand.
It's 90 degrees out to the side. And then we'll rock the hips back. And then we'll rock the hips forward. Walking the hands forward too. Good. Again, rocking back. Keeping these movements smooth, slow and smooth. Rocking forward. One more time. Rocking back. And rocking forward. Good. Then we'll come back to that start position and we'll thread the needle once again. So keep that bottom elbow nice and straight, reaching under, and then reaching up. Again, reach under, and then reach up and back. One more time, reaching under, and up and back. Good, and then let's switch sides. Okay, keep that elbow nice and straight, reach under, and then up and back. Reaching under as far as you can, keeping the elbow straight, and then up and back. And now our last one, reaching under, and up and back. Excellent job. Okay, so if you do have a yoga block, I would recommend grabbing it. And we're going to place that yoga block on top of our hips. We're going to do some hip circles here. Okay, so I'd like you to bring your knees together and then bring your hands nice and wide. With your arms, what I'd like you to do is really press your heart away from the floor like you're at the top of a push-up. Okay, now we're going to focus on making circles with your hips. So I'd like you to take your right heel up towards the ceiling. And then bring the knee out to the side like a dog at a fire hydrant. As you do so, bounce that yoga block on your back. Bring the knee up towards your chest and then knees together. Good, now change direction. Bring the knee back toward your chest, then out to the side, and lift the heel all the way up towards the ceiling. And then go ahead and set that knee on the ground. And we'll switch legs. So now we'll take that left heel up towards the ceiling, then knee out to the side like a dog at a fire hydrant. Balance that yoga block as you do so. Bring the knee up in towards your chest, and then knees together. Good, and then change direction. Knee back towards your chest, out to the side. Lift the heel all the way up, and down. Good, let's go back to that right leg. So lift the heel up nice and high. Then slowly bring the knee out to the side. Balance that yoga block. Bring the knee up in towards your chest, then knees together. Then reversing, back towards your chest, then out to the side, then lifting the heel all the way up and lower down. Good, let's switch. Let's bring that left heel up nice and high, then knee out to the side while balancing that yoga block. Knee up in toward your chest, then knees together. Then switching direction, knee back towards your chest, out to the side, lift the heel up and lower down. Good, let's do one more on each side. Okay, let's take that right heel up, up, up. Pause right here. Just try to lift it up one more inch. Good. Then bring the knee out to the side 90 degrees. Pause right there. Balance that yoga block and try to lift the knee up one more inch. Good. Then bring the knee up towards your chest. Pause right here. Try to squeeze the knee into your chest one more inch. Good. And then bring your knees together. Now reverse that circle. So knee back towards your chest, then out to the side, lifting that heel all the way up and lower down. Excellent. And we'll do the same thing with the other leg. So bring that left heel up really high. Pause right here. Try to lift it up one more inch. Good. Now bring the knee out to the side 90 degrees. Pause right there. Balance that yoga block and try to lift the knee up one more inch. And then bring the knee up in towards your chest. Pause right here. Try to squeeze it in one more inch. And then knees together. Good. And then reverse. Knee back towards your chest. Then out to the side. Lift that heel all the way up. And then lower all the way down. Great. Let's take that yoga block off your back. Let's make our way down to our backs. So we started with some outer core activation exercises, and then we ended up trying to really get strong through our hip flexors. And then we worked into some rotation. So we're going to bring it all back together. And what I'd like you to do is bring one leg straight up in the air.
Good. And then try to bring the other leg straight on the floor. And then bring your arms out to your side. I want you to take your opposite hand and try to reach for your opposite toes that are up in the air, and then come back down. We're going to do this nice and slow so that these core muscles are really doing the work and your hip flexors are really doing the work. So it's 5 times, nice and slow, up, 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 and then down, down, down. Good. Try to breathe out as you're reaching. Inhale, coming back down. Good. 3 more times. So reach, reach, reach. And down, down, down. Good. Literally trying to touch your toes each time. And trying to keep your knee nice and straight. 1 more. Up, up, up. Good. And then pause up here on top. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Excellent work. Okay, so then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So bring that other leg straight up in the air. And then we're just simply going to try to reach for your toes and back down. Again, keep it nice and slow coming up with the reach. And down. Literally trying to touch your toes on each rep. If you can touch your toes, try to reach beyond your toes to the outside of your foot. 2 more times. Keep it slow, so don't swing the arm. Don't use momentum. Make your core muscles do all the work. Last one, we'll come up and we'll hold. So come up as high as you can, and then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. So now we'll have to do the opposite. We're going to have to work the back side of our body just as intently. So bend your knees. Now bring one knee up towards your chest. Okay. So if you're bringing your left knee up towards your chest, your right hand holds the knee, and then your left hand's on the floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to do single leg bridges, and we're just simply going to lift the hips up as high as possible, and then come down nice and slow. You're holding that knee the entire time. Okay. After you've gone up and down the hips, I want you to take your foot and move it away from your hips, and then try it again. So up, 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 and then down, down, down. Slow motions here, and then move your foot. Again, up, up, up. Just go up as high as you can, and then come down nice and slow and smooth. And then we'll move the foot out again. We're going to try to move the foot out as far as we can in this little sequence. And then we'll work our foot back towards our hip. So we're getting the hamstring longer. It should get harder as we're trying to bridge. So don't get upset if you don't feel like you're getting very high. Good. Let's try one more foot position further away. Good. And then start to bring the foot closer towards your hip. And then we'll keep bridging the hips up. Again, trying to go nice and slow. You really just should feel how that hip is doing a lot of work to lift up your pelvis. Let's do one more here. Excellent. So then switch sides. So you're going to hug the opposite knee up toward your chest, the other hand's on the floor, and then we'll just repeat, bridging the hips up, lowering down, changing foot position, up, 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 and down, down, down. Again, keep this movement nice and slow. Your body will want to find ways to use momentum. What we want to do is we want to develop our muscle strength here. And the good news is that the more reps we do, the stronger we'll get over time. Good. So if you haven't started moving your foot back towards your hip already, let's go ahead and work our foot back towards the hip. Again, keeping the movement slow and smooth. Trying to get up as high as you can each time. Good. Let's do one more. We'll make this one our last one. So let's make it our best one. Excellent. Okay, everyone. So hopefully your hips feel very active and loose, and that's what we're trying to do today. just build range of motion for our hips and also integrate it with our shoulders and our spine. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you soon.